Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A beautiful message from Surah Al-Alaq in its first verse was to read. Read to gain knowledge. It reminds us that everything humankind does must be based on knowledge. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day everyone. Before we start, please let me introduce myself first. My name is Aisyah Humaira binti Saiful Aswad. I'm an 11-year-old student who studies at Seri Kelebang, Ipoh. I'm the eldest of 2 siblings and my ambition is to become a journalist. This year, I became the champion of the public speaking competition for Kinta Utara district. I also won 2nd place for the district level book appreciation competition. I had also taken part in a district level chess competition. I'm a reporter from my school TVPSS, and this year we were chosen to be the exhibition committee for Pesta Buku Negeri Perak at Ayam Kelebang. I adore reading books, especially English books. I started to read at a young age and I've been inseparable with books ever since. I believe that reading is the key for those who seek to rise above the ordinary. Today, I would like to share a wholesome book entitled Let's Pretend We Never Met. This book was published in 2017 by HarperCollins publisher and has 231 pages along with 29 chapters. The author of this book is Melissa Walker, who grew up in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and is also the author of 8 young adult novels, including the Violet on the Runway series and Small Town Sinners. In the non-fiction world, Melissa Walker is also a magazine editor and writer who works from the comfort of coffee shops in Brooklyn, where she lives with her husband and 2 daughters. This book is about an 11-year-old girl named Mattie Markham, or normally addressed as Mattie. In the middle of the school year, Mattie's parents suddenly decided to move to Pennsylvania, where her grandmother lived. They said that her grandmother needed their help, that she was getting older and wanted to see them more. Of course, Mattie loved her grandmother, but Mattie was furious because she thinks that it'll be exhausting to make new friends in the middle of the school year, considering that everyone would already have their own friend groups who they want to sit with at lunch, and Mattie felt that she would probably be left out. But then, Mattie met her next door neighbor and classmate, Agnes. Agnes is like no one Mattie has ever met. She's curious, hilarious, smart, and she makes up the best game. If winter break is anything to go by, the rest of the school year should be a breeze. Only it isn't, because when vacation ends and school starts, Mattie begins to realize something. At school, Agnes is known as the weird girl no one likes, and Mattie thinks that by being friends with Agnes, the kids at school wouldn't want to be friends with her. Eventually, Mattie decides to stay away from Agnes. After some time, Agnes begins to realize what Mattie is trying to do, so they ended up in a fight. They didn't talk to each other after that until one day, when Mattie finally opens up to her best friend Shari and her other friends. To Mattie's surprise, they weren't mad at all, but were just disappointed that Mattie didn't tell them sooner. After that, Mattie apologized to Agnes. When Matty said the word sorry, Agnes just smiled at her. In the end, Agnes and all of Matty's friends became close. Although it was a little odd for them to get used to Agnes' behavior, they didn't mind. Some of the things that I've learned while reading this book was to always be obedient to your parents. For example, even though Matty didn't agree with her parents' decision, but at last she obeyed what they requested from her. Secondly, I've learned to never hide who I really am. Like when Matty comes clean with her friends at school and tells them that she wants to befriend Agnes. Besides that, I've also learned that a friend is important when you're growing up. Just like Matty, who's an important character in Agnes' life. Matty's existence had made Agnes' life brighter, even though Agnes is in need of a therapist due to her social disorder. I hope that by listening to my review, all of you would gain new knowledge and were pleased by it. With that, I thank you.